Hey y'all, this is my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review. This is episode 14. Let's get into it. So we open up with Lisa Rinna for a change. I feel like all of Lisa's scenes by herself are boring and I'm motivated to fast forward, but I'm gonna give it a chance. So her daughters are visiting her, one of them brought their boyfriend, and Lisa's out in the garage showing them her vintage clothing, all from times when she was a more successful actress. She says some of these dresses are worth $25,000. Ooh, my eyes hurt. It's from all the white privilege. Her boyfriend, one of her daughters, that is a beautiful white man. He's British. Yes, he's British. And yeah, he looks amazing. And Lisa says Harry actually approves of this guy and hopes they get married. I wouldn't be surprised if Harry was attracted to this man because he really is that beautiful. And you know, Harry's bi, allegedly. But yeah, she's just reminiscing right now, and then she's talking about her family life, yada yada yada. Her daughters are trying on the clothes, fast forward. Of course, she's getting a little emotional seeing her girls wear her vintage dresses because they're not babies anymore, they're grown women. I forgot that both her daughters are models too, just like Yolanda's. But yeah, they've definitely had some enhancements looking at their faces. I mean, of course they're models. They're models in the same way that Kendall Jenner is a model. I mean, like, there's nothing really special about them, but access. Access is how they got to model in runways. I'm only watching the scene for her daughter's boyfriend right now. Like, that man is, yeah, wow. So Lisa says she's having a launch party for her new lip kit, and Crystal is going to be hosting a party in her backyard because Crystal's mansion is, like, gorgeous, especially the backyard. Next scene, we're at Crystal's house, and we see her making some appetizers because Dorit is coming over to visit. So Dorit comes over, and I'm really surprised. Like, Dorit looks super casual right now. This is the most casual I've seen her. So they're talking about Crystal hosting Lisa's party, and Crystal says she's happy to do it. I mean, she hosts all the time. I mean, she has so much money. What else is she gonna do? I mean, at least she's good at it. So of course they're talking about Kyle's Christmas dinner and all what happened. Dorit, to no one's surprise, is feeling sorry for Erica, that she had to go through those questions because she looks like a shell of her former self. She thinks that the questioning was a little bit too much. And we know the only people that was asking the real questions was Garcelle and Sutton. So with them in mind, Dorit brings up Garcelle and says, you know, I've been thinking Garcelle has been taking jabs at me from time to time, and I don't appreciate that. Dorit thinks Garcelle has a problem with her, and she's telling Crystal, well, she needs to be open, have some guts. Now, Dorit really thinks that Garcelle is afraid to confront her. She really thinks that. Okay, we'll see later. Next scene, we're with Erica Jane. She's in her house in a tracksuit, and they just show her vacuuming. I'm guessing they're just showing her as a fall from grace figure by herself doing her own cleaning. Woe is her. We see Lisa Rinna's coming by, and the occasion is, it's Kyle's birthday, and they're just having a little mini celebration between them. I think Erica needs an interior decorator because this living room furniture is ugly. So they're all talking about who they've seen lately, and Rinna says she recently hung out with Sutton and Dorit. And Messy Rinna tells her, it seems like the girls are a little nervous. And Erica's like, nervous about what? They didn't ask all their legal questions? I mean, they were trying to be respectful of you since you came there looking like a shell of your former self. Clearly, Lisa Rinna's on her side, and Kyle, I mean, she's being duplicitous right now by saying that Sutton said she's worried about her legal status and her society status. And of course, Erica's gonna take this the wrong way. And Erica's like, how small town of her? I think it's actually smart of her. I mean, Sutton is on the board of charities. And why is she so against Sutton since we saw in this deleted scene, y'all, how Sutton actually offered Erica money and she declined? And also, why is Erica more mad at Sutton than she is at her own husband? She keeps talking about this small town shit. It doesn't matter if you're in a small town or a big city. Who you associate with definitely matters. And like I said in the last video, if you associate yourself with Harvey Weinstein or R. Kelly, it doesn't matter if you're in a big or a small city. Like, people are gonna talk and it's gonna reflect on you. I think it's just annoying me how cavalier Erica is throughout all this. She should be very humble. All the ladies had concerns about Erica. I just think she's using Sutton as a scapegoat or as a punching bag. Oh, here we go, y'all. Our first clue of the episode. So Kyle asked, and she wasn't even trying to be inquisitive with this question. She said, were you trying to leave for a long time? Erica pauses because she needs to make up a lie. It's a yes or no question, but she definitely paused. So she's saying it clicked to her when she was with Yolanda, when she just got her divorce, and she decided to check Tom's phone. And I'm guessing this is when she brings up the mistress shit. When in actuality, where's the money y'all spent? Nobody cares about this alleged mistress that Tom had. No one's talking about her. Where's the money? And Yolanda left the show years ago. How come she didn't just leave him then? I mean, because he still had money then. And Kyle asked another important question, like, why was she so scared to leave when there was no prenup? When you in California, you get half. She was with this man for over 20 years. Her answer was that Tom would have found a way out of it. Okay, sis. The fact of the matter is she ain't getting a dime anyway because there ain't no money. There ain't no money to pay her with because any money that he has is going to the victims and the loan creditors. Like I reported in Pop Rose, which we just filmed, Tom allegedly owes $100 million. There's no way she's coming out this not broke. Erica says that the house she's in, she paid for with her money, and it was no help from Tom whatsoever. Next scene is the day of Lisa's lip launch event. We're with Dorit first as she's getting ready. Of course, she's telling her assistant what she's wearing because in actuality, she wants us to know what she's wearing. And it's a Jean Paul Gaultier dress. I mean, it's cute. It's all right. We're with Kyle now as she's getting ready and wow. Kyle with no makeup is giving Crypt Keeper. We're at Crystal's house now and her backyard is beautiful. It looks like something Lisa Vanderpump would host. But yeah, what Crystal is wearing, I mean, of course Crystal is going to do chic and minimal like she always do. She looks nice. And then we see Renna who's wearing Versace down. I love her hair. Any of the wigs that she do outside of those signature flips that she has looks amazing. She should really keep this hair. And then the star of Beverly Hills, Garcelle Bouvier, walks through in this white pantsuit, looking good, of course. Really, every episode I'm rating looks. The fun thing about reviewing Beverly Hills. So then Kathy Hilton comes and, she's wearing a little flowy dress. Again, she's a Mega Millions bitch. She doesn't have to impress any of these chicks. So Kyle arrives and I just have not been liking what she's been wearing lately. Like I could see her wearing this in the Wild Wild West. Like it's like a saloon dress. So judging from their conversation, the timeline is now, I think they're in January 2021 now. They're talking about the holidays. So Dorit arrives and then Erica. Erica, I like what she's wearing too, a little blue blazer outfit. She still looks like she has some money. As Erica orders her first drink, she's like, I think I'll get the no apologies. And she says it in a real sly manner. And of course Garcelle caught that. And she says in her confessional, no apologies, huh? Coincidence? I think not. Garcelle with the shady confessionals now. I'm glad she came to play this season. And Sutton is the last to arrive, and y'all, I actually love what Sutton is wearing. Like, she needs to keep with the blazer outfits. Like, she's giving old Hollywood with the glasses. She looks expensive. Go Sutton. Y'all know it's hard for me to say nice things about her, but I'm really liking her in the second half of this season. Erica is talking mad shit about Sutton ever since she found out that Sutton is worried about her reputation. So the ladies head to the table and have lunch. This food, unlike the food we saw at Kyle's Christmas dinner, looks like it was made with seasoning at least. They're at the table and Dorit commends Crystal for hosting such a beautiful event. Only problem is Dorit called her Garcelle because Garcelle is on her mind right now because she wanted to confront her in front of all the ladies. Here we go. There's been some things that's been bothering me. Dorit tells Garcelle that she feels she's been taking a lot of jabs at her lately, and she doesn't know why, but she's definitely noticing it. Garcelle then asks her, then what occasions have I taken these jabs at you? Then Dorit takes the time to start listing them. I'm looking at the ladies' expressions at the table. Kyle needs to fix her face. She's doing... Then Erica, she's sipping her drink. At least the ladies this season aren't afraid to come for Garcelle like they were last season. Because I was getting frustrated. I was like, if Garcelle gets on your fucking nerves, just tell her. No one's going to think you're a racist. Then she also brings up at the Christmas dinner when Garcelle said, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. Garcelle's looking very calm now. She's like, yeah, it was a fact. I mean, I meant what I said. This is where Dorit crossed the line. She's like, well, it's surprising. It kind of caught me off guard. It's coming off as bullying. And then immediately Garcelle shuts it down. Like, bullying is a trigger word. Garcelle wasn't bullying you. She was just calling your ass out when you needed to be. And as I think about the jabs she's talking about, the first one, it was just a joke. The second one, she called you out on your contradictions. And then the third one, she called you out on your contradictions. And you're going to call that bullying. Okay, Garcelle's not telling Dorit pretty much what everyone tells Dorit when they get into a fight with her. You talk too damn much. You hijack the conversation. It takes you 45 minutes just to get to the point. Oh, Dorit came to play at this lunch. She getting smart with Garcelle. And look at Kyle's face. Kyle is here for the mess. It looks like she's even smirking in this photo. Garcelle is staring daggers at Dorit right now. Her expression reads, bitch, you can try me if you want to right now. Dorit then asks Garcelle, are we friends? Garcelle says, yeah, but then she also keeps it real with the whole table and says, you know what? I actually don't know where I stand with this entire group. At this moment, I was hoping Garcelle would call out the mean girl clique at the table because they thick as thieves and watch out for each other. Specifically Kyle, Erica, Renna, and Dorit. And Lisa says, yeah, we talked about our relationship. I think we're good. Dorit is still on that, well, if you have a problem with me, you should just take me to the side and tell me. Garcelle is like, I don't have a problem with you. But if you're looking for me to have a problem, then I have a problem with you talking too damn much. And I'm not the only one at the table who said this. Go ahead, Garcelle. Dorit's like, then say that to me. Girl, she said it to you a lot. I mean, jokingly, seriously, she has. Dorit bringing this up just tells me she still hasn't listened to any of the other ladies because she still talks too damn much. I'm on Garcelle's side with this. I'm not sure why Dorit's trying to say she's being passive aggressive. Garcelle has always been direct with these ladies. We even have all the ladies in their confessionals agreeing that Dorit talks too much. I really hate this flat ass wig Erica has in her confessional when she's wearing the all blue. I hate that wig so much. And Dorit is not done coming for Garcelle. Now she says, and you know, I'm not the only one you come for. So now she's trying to bring the other ladies in this. I see what you're doing, Dorit. She's a crafty little chip heifer. She says first it was Kyle you had a problem with. And then it was that time at Palm Springs, and she's talking about Erica. Garcelle then shuts that down immediately. Fuck you with that. The other ladies' mouths are dropped. They can't believe it. Then we see Dorit in her confessional saying, what she did to Erica is exactly what she's doing to me. Ho, you lying. That's not what happened at all. We see Garcelle, how apologetic she was when Erica broke down crying, and it was not her intention to get that reaction out of Erica. And I get why Garcelle is angry because Dorit's trying to use that moment as a weapon against her. Fuck you. Fuck you for bringing that up. That's 2 fuck yous. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. 5 fuck yous. Damn. And Garcelle gets up. Now, I thought Garcelle was leaving, but she turns the table and gets right in Dorit's face. Post up. Garcelle is hot, and if I was her, I would have hit Dorit with my pocketbook. All the ladies are like, Garcelle, sit down, sit down. I'll give it to Dorit. She wasn't intimidated in that moment, though. So again, the ladies are talking about the moment where Garcelle triggered Erica's breakdown, and Crystal is coming to her defense and saying again that Garcelle didn't know it wasn't on purpose. Dorit should know this wasn't on purpose because Garcelle told her this, so I'm not sure why she's using that as an example. She clearly used that so she can piss Garcelle off. Maybe production whispered that in her ear. But as Crystal is affirming to Garcelle that she wasn't there when Erica said that, Sutton says, yeah, to not mention to the group. And as soon as Sutton said this, Erica whips her head around the table and is like, I didn't say that. And Erica pops off on Sutton a little bit. You can sit back and be quiet in this small town who's worried about her motherfucking reputation. Ooh, I did not foresee this so soon. Sutton's reaction, y'all. First she's processing it, and then she just busts out laughing. It's like a light bulb went off in Sutton's head. Wait a minute, I'm rich. And I don't have any charges against me. Erica doing her best to try to intimidate Sutton. You can laugh all you want, girl. We got all day with you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Erica Jane? You gonna hit her? Is that what you're gonna do so Sutton will press charges? Sutton is still laughing. I think it's making Erica angrier. Sutton's like, don't take that out on me. Erica's like, take what out? She's like, your problems. Sutton is still unbothered. Erica again tries her best to intimidate Sutton and says, oh girl, you can just sit back down with that whack shit. Erica, this isn't a cute look for you, and I honestly think this is your real personality shining through, and not the act that you've been doing this whole season. And after that, it's radio silence from the other ladies, and Crystal just continues the conversation with Garcelle and Dorit, like nothing happened. Like, y'all not gonna process what just happened? I wanted Sutton to go off on her, but I know that's not in Sutton's character. So even after Crystal and Erica affirm that it was just a mistake on Garcelle's part, Dorit's still trying to make it seem like, oh, Garcelle, you're a smart girl. Don't do that. Don't do that. You better not call this gorgeous black woman girl. Shut your tight ass face. Dorit says we could just end the conversation. I certainly don't want to be accused for belaboring a point. She knows what she's doing. She's taunting Garcelle right now, or trying to. Garcelle is like, really? Dorit's like, really? Again, Kyle with a face. All Kyle is missing is some popcorn. Ooh, the look on Garcelle's face. You know she want to curse this bitch out and go off on her. Kyle fails at an attempt to soften the mood between the ladies, but Garcelle agrees, okay, next time I'll tell it to your face. But Garcelle has been telling it to Dorit's face. She's been direct with her. So I'm not sure why Dorit is all in her feelings about this. Garcelle's like, heard you, it'll be different. That translates to, bitch, so I won't talk to you no fucking more. The mood is now softened after Kyle and Rinna make a little joke, and that's the end of this scene. I think the collective opinion amongst us all is, Dorit tried it. She really did. Garcelle didn't do nothing wrong. And she also didn't have to do this in front of the table. She wanted a moment. So next scene, we're at Kathy Hilton's fortress, and Kyle is coming over to visit. Oh, so it looks like we're ending the scene with Kathy and Kyle and their drama. I'm gonna sit through this. I mean, we have 13 minutes left. They really gonna dedicate the rest of it to this? Okay. So they're just exchanging pleasantries and talking about their family and shit. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit through this. We do have a funny moment from Kathy Hilton. She's explaining about like how she just loves to decorate, so she compares it to Dorit. She says Dorit likes to do her look or whatever, but this is what I do for my dining table. That came off so shady. She likes to do her look or whatever. Kathy Rich Ass really had these TV tray tables dressed up with the mini tablecloth, mini bouquet of roses, and a full silverware set. Extra. Oh, that food looks so nasty. The only thing I would have is those Ritz crackers. What is that? Kyle is trying to tell her sister about what happened the other day, how Kyle cursed out Dorit. Kathy don't remember that. She was doing her makeup. Kathy's like, these silly poor people in their drama. So apparently there was some lip reading or healing at Lisa's event. I'm glad they spared us that and chopped it out and just used it as a flashback. Anywho, it has something to do with what they're talking about. I'm not really paying attention, but they bring up American Woman. And we all know that that's the reason why her and Kathy fell out, because she was producing American Woman about their mother. Kyle's let us know the first time she's ever beefed with Kathy was when Mauricio branched off and started his own firm. I'm guessing he screwed the Hiltons in some way, and that created beef with her and Kyle. Basically what I'm getting from this scene is her and Kathy came a long way, and she's glad that they're in a good place now. She doesn't want to go back to beefing. So now they're talking about the American Woman drama and why Kathy had a problem with it. Kathy even brought her lawyers into it. She felt so strong about it. She's like, they will not use my image. And I'll do this to any family, even my kids. Kyle's just defending her decision right now. I mean, at the end of the day, the show was canceled. I never even watched it. I don't think anyone watched it, and that's why it was canceled. Hand to God, legs uncrossed. Never heard of that. Kathy brings up Kim saying that, hand to God, legs uncrossed. Kim never said a bad thing about you. I wish Kim was there to do this scene. Maybe it'd be a little bit more interesting to me. So we find out that Kyle and Kathy have had a strained relationship for the past 10 years. And this is the closest they've ever been since their beef started. And then we have both of them in their respective confessionals crying, saying they never want to get to that place again. And all of this time wasted. And Kyle is like, I never want to be in that place ever again. And yeah, so we get back to them talking, everything is hunky-dory, and that's where the episode ends. So I would categorize this as a filler episode. We did get in the middle, the juicy parts, but all in all, it was just filler. It's fine. I still enjoyed this episode. Now next week Next week is the Dinner from Hell Part 2. And I love the small wink at the first dinner party from hell with Camille versus Kyle. So I think we're in for a really good treat because this is the moment where Erica goes off on Sutton. Or what? Or what? Like, I cannot wait for that. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this episode. Whose side are you on, Dorit or Garcelle? Of course Garcelle is right. Anyway, I'll see y'all for the next episode. Bye.